Hey team, I'm Fia and this is your guide to collecting everything from your housing neighbourhoods. Although it's true that you need to have pre-ordered the Midnight expansion to purchase your own home, you can still visit the neighbourhoods and start collecting your decor before you dive in with that purchase, so anyone can jump in with this guide and start collecting. Big thanks to Blizzard for sponsoring this video. First things first, add-ons. The two I consistently recommend for collectors are All the Things, or ATT, and TomTom. ATT is a database add-on that can feel a bit overwhelming at first, but it essentially functions as a checklist for everything in the game you can collect. It's highly customizable in terms of which collectibles it shows, and there are tons of ways you can work with it to show a smaller number of things, helping to target your collecting session a bit. Many items and categories in the add-on also have coordinates attached to them to show you where to get specific bits and bobs, and that's where TomTom comes in. It's a navigation add-on that shows a waypoint arrow, as well as marking spots on your mini and world maps to help you find where you're going faster. If a collectible has an associated coordinate in ATT, you can Alt right-click on the item and it'll automatically send your waypoints to TomTom for plotting. Very convenient. Opening your main ATT window by typing /ATT, one of the top level categories you'll see is called Housing. That's the category we're focusing on today, as it covers everything you can find and do in Founders Point and Razorwind Shores, the Alliance and Horde neighbourhoods respectively. Important to note here for any viewers from the future, this guide will cover everything that's available prior to the launch of Midnight. If Midnight is live when you're tuning in, you might have some extra bits listed now that Endeavours and other features have launched. At the moment, we have an introductory quest chain, a handful of vendors, flight paths to get us around a bit easier, and some riddles to solve. I've mentioned two different neighbourhoods, Founders Point for Alliance and Razorwind Shores for Horde. Every warband can have two houses, one in each neighbourhood. A handful of things in this guide will require the purchase of a home, but the vast majority of it can be done without, and therefore don't require a Midnight pre-order. You definitely don't need to purchase both houses to collect everything, but it will make one particular category a bit faster to collect. We'll cover that later. Once you have both houses, you can teleport to either house regardless of the faction of your logged in character. Just choose which plot you want to visit, then use the teleport button in your housing dashboard. First subcategory we'll look at inside housing is the quests. Almost everything in here will require a purchase of Midnight, as it's mostly a quest chain that walks you through the purchase of your first home, the basics of decorating and redecorating, where to find vendors, and how to upgrade your house. It starts with an automatically pushed quest when you log in for the first time after purchasing Midnight, called A House for You. If you buy the expansion via the in-game shop, you'll need to relog to make it pop up. Work through this to check them all off and learn how to interact with the system. A handful of the other quests in this category introduce you to decor vendors outside the neighbourhood. All you need to do is travel to where you're asked and make the purchases to complete the quests. Nice and easy. The Lumber for You quest introduces us to decor available via professions. It's a simple accept and turn straight back in quest. The last quest in this section is called A Letter for Adventure, and it's a bit of a tricky one. I haven't managed to make it trigger on live servers as of recording, so it might be a post-Midnight launch thing, or maybe my characters are all too high level. Feel free to let us know in the comments if you can get this quest to pop. Moving into the achievements category, most of these are your collect a ton of decor achieves. The chain currently goes to 500, and it only counts green quality or better decor, and they have to be unique, so you can't just buy 500 tables. There is a bucket load of decor available in the game even this early, so you won't have too much trouble earning these. It might take time if you're a newer player who hasn't gone back to old expansion content for collecting though, but remember though that collecting is a marathon, not a sprint. ATT can be helpful here too. If you scroll to the bottom of the main window, you can click to create dynamic categories. One of these dynamic categories is decor, and although everything is tossed in under very broad headings, mousing over individual items will show you where to get it in the tooltip. As an example, under Dungeons and Raids, mousing over Tide Sage's Fireplace shows it's from a BFA, or Battle for Azeroth dungeon, called Shrine of the Storm, from normal, heroic, or mythic difficulty, and from a boss called Volzith the Whisperer. The only other achievement under this header is for purchasing your first home, but it's not really a purchase. Your first house is free. The next category I want to tackle with you is dye crafting. Dye is used to change the colour of some decor items to help create the vibe you're after. Not all decor can be dyed, and those that can often can't be dyed just any old colour, but the system does help players curate a more specific look if they want to. The dyes themselves are single use, so they aren't counted as collectibles, rather consumables. So this is dealing with the recipes for crafting them. You'll need a character with either inscription or alchemy, take them to the central hub of your neighborhood, whichever faction, and interact with the dye station. Hey presto, you've checked all 82 dye recipes off. Pity you only get one happy brain juice noise. The last two categories are the biggest ones, split into each neighborhood, Founders Point and Razorwind Shores. Both are dealt with the same, so we'll go through them together. Flight paths are easy, alt-right-click the category to plot your waypoints, then fly around and unlock the nodes. Vendors are easy too, just more expensive. Alt-right-click again to plot, then buy everything in your list that you don't already have to mark them off. For ATT's purposes, you only need one of each piece of decor, but buy as many as you need to create your dream home. The last subcategory here is Decor Treasure Hunt, and this one is kind of fun. Each day, the last architect will offer you a quest to solve a riddle and find a treasure chest, in which will be a piece of decor. All of the decor offered by these quests is purchasable from the vendors, but they have a cost. These ones are free. If you're not in the mood for a riddle, open up the category for which neighborhood you're in, then open the Decor Treasure Hunt category, and scroll until you find the quest with the circle and 3 dots to the left of it. Alt-right-click that version of the quest to plot your waypoint and head straight to it to complete the quest. If you can't find a quest with the right symbol, it's because you've already completed this quest ID. You can either abandon and ignore for completion purposes, or if you want the extra decor, right-click the top bar of the add-on window and check the Show Collected Things box. This will make all those already collected things reappear so you can find the right quest ID. You might need to shift-click the top bar of the add-on window to force a refresh to make them show up. If you want to blitz through these treasure quests a little faster, it's worth noting that each character can get 1 daily from each neighborhood each day, regardless of faction. Use your housing dashboard to easily teleport to your other owned home if you can. Also, the daily available isn't the same for every character, so you can get 2 quests per day per character. There's a chance there'll be some overlap, of course, especially if you have a larger alt army, but hey, faster is faster, right? Once you've eventually done every one of those quest IDs, you'll have collected everything under the housing category of ATT and thoroughly explored your neighborhoods. Congrats! There are so many more pieces of decor to be found all across Azeroth and beyond, but this is a great start to get your home looking a little cozier. Tell me, which neighborhood do you prefer? Founders Point or Razorwind Shores? Drop your vote in the comments, and while you're down there, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss a video. You can find me live on Twitch 4 nights a week, and I'll see you in my next guide. Thanks for watching!